This one-of-a-kind tale is unfolding in the heart of Los Angeles, where aspirations are spun from celestial threads and melodies. Tale that enthralls the intellect by combining a famous family with an eerie resemblance. In the year 2035, Zumanisa, Gwen Stefani's middle kid, is a rock star son. At 27 years old, Stefani Shelton has matured into a man of significance. He is the son of two renowned musicians and shares a striking likeness to his stepfather, Blake Shelton. Jacob Zuma, characterized by his tousled blonde hair, lanky physique, and dazzling smile, this creative soul is forging his own path while carrying the weight of his family's history. He is Blake's grown-up twin. Within its 1,000 pages, this novel explores Zuma's path, his artistic growth, and the unique bond he shares with Blake, all of which are woven into a complex web of love, identity, and music. Some memorable moments throughout a family's formative years. Music was a vital part of Zuma's upbringing. His parents, Gwen Stefani and Gavin Rossdale, were very proud of him. His mother, a former ska punk queen turned pop icon, was responsible for the eclectic array of music that filled their home. Gwen Shelton's marriage to Blake Shelton in 2021 changed the dynamic of the family, bringing together the glitz and glamour of Hollywood with her irresistible rhythms from No Doubt and solo songs like As Hollowback Girl. Becoming a stepfather and enjoying the rural charm of Oklahoma, Blake had the unique role of stepfather to all three of Zuma's siblings while they were kids. Zuma, Kingston, and Apollo all looked up to Blake, and Blake even had an uncanny resemblance to Zuma. With his infectious laugh and mischievous grin, middle child Zuma became famous for photographs shot of him at red carpet events and family outings often captured his golden hair and dazzling eyes, which gave an indication of the striking resemblance to Blake that would later manifest as. While Kingston started his career in music at a young age and collaborated with Gwen on stage, Zuma became more reserved as he got older. Apollo, on the other hand, had talent in the visual arts, but his friends and family knew he was absorbing everything around him, including Gwen's stage presence through the country's voting booths and the colorful chaos of a family for whom art was life. Blake's story becomes a twin of his own. By 2035, Zuma had undergone such a remarkable makeover that he might be mistaken for Blake Shelton's younger brother. Zuma looks, shockingly, like Blake, his stepfather. He shares Blake's twangy laugh, is 6 feet 3 inches tall, has a slim build, blonde hair, and sun-kissed complexion. 2.00, a moniker that Zuma casually adopts from the media. There are more than just outward similarities between Zuma and Blake. The two celebrities share an easygoing charisma and a gift for connecting with people, whether through music, conversation, or a shared love of the outdoors. Over the years, Zuma has learned the ins and outs of country music and songwriting from his mentor Blake. Blake firmly grounded Zuma in the power of simplicity, which is telling stories that ordinary people can relate to, while Gwen pushed him to push his creative limits. Blake taught him the importance of keeping things simple. Zuma's music embodies this duality. It blends genders and incorporates elements of country pop and indie rock, with songs that tell stories of both urban sunsets and rural ones. He emerged as a creative force in 2034 with the release of his debut album, Open Roads, Open Heart, which is a love letter to his childhood and a depiction of his life between Blake's Oklahoma ranch and Los Angeles. Dust and Dreams, Zuma's breakthrough single, is a soulful hymn that blends the storytelling talents of Blake with Gwen's ability to create memorable tunes. It is a demonstration of his capacity to construct his own personality while simultaneously synthesizing the influences around him. It all started with a summer at Blake's ranch, and the song and music video that Zuma directed show how one may achieve their dreams while staring up at the night sky. Zuma demonstrates his flexibility as an artist by fusing flamboyant flourishes with grimy Western settings. Nonetheless, his likeness to Blake is insufficient to characterize him. He is not satisfied to depend on the accomplishments of Zuma, instead uses it as a springboard to explore his own voice. During his most recent performance at Los Angeles' Tweedor, he sat on an acoustic guitar and his blonde hair cascaded down his back, staring into his eyes as he played a stripped-down version of Dust and Dreams for the crowd that included. His honest sensitivity captivated admirers of Generation Z and lifelong supporters of Gwen and Blake. In a review, the reviewer aptly described Zuma's charisma as, "He's got Blake's heart and Gwen's fire." Beyond music, Zuma's creative talents also shine in the worlds of fashion and philanthropy. His latest clothing line, Roots and Rebels, blends elements of urban streetwear with those of the countryside, reflecting his upbringing in two distinct regions. Millennials and members of Generation Z have demonstrated a strong affinity for the brand, which offers denim jackets adorned with lyrics and plaid shirts with a modern twist. The collection's proceeds are used to support music education initiatives, a cause that Zua holds dear. Gwen's passion for the arts and Blake's commitment to community service served as inspiration for this cause. One of the most crucial parts of Zuma's biography is his bond with Blake. In spite of the media's fixation on the blonde twin concept, Zuma's stepfather Blake, known for his wit and friendliness, has been a constant presence in his life, serving as more than just a stepfather. He is a mentor and a source of confidence for Zuma. In a recent interview with Rolling Stone, Zuma said, "Blake is the individual who taught me how to slow down and listen to the music, to people and to myself. Their connection is easily discernible in fleeting passionate times." Blake has taught Zuma how to ride horses, write songs, and handle the pressures of fame. The video, captured on Gwen's Instagram, shows Zuma and Blake strumming guitars around a bonfire at an Oklahoma family gathering. Gwen beams with pride as she watches her son and husband perform, and her laughter reverberates through the room as they share lyrics. Zuma adds his own style to the mix by blending a modern riff into a traditional country song. At a promotional event, Zuma and Blake performed a duet titled Two Roads Home, a poignant and emotionally charged song about finding one's place in the world. The song showcases their vocal harmony and their shared storytelling sensibilities. Some have interpreted it as a torch passing, but Zuma sees it more as a partnership between two individuals on equal paths. Zuma joked about Blake calling him "my partner in crime" rather than just "my stepdad," an expression of affection and originality. Passing on, while Zuma's story centers on his resemblance to Blake and his famous parents, it also follows a young man who takes pride in his heritage and is carving out a unique path for himself. Whether it's the way Zuma performs on stage or the sincerity in his music, it's clear that Gwen and Blake have had an impact on him, but he isn't a carbon copy of them. Gwen's fearless creativity, a young artist who has been trained by the most accomplished artists but is not afraid to break the norm, performs as the headlining act at Coachella in the year 2035. The audience sees more than just Blake Shelton's blonde twin when they listen to Zuma, who is one of the festival's breakout stars and whose creativity is like a mosaic that is pieced together thanks to Blake's grounded narrative and his own restless spirit. Gwen cheers from the wings and Blake watches proudly from the crowd as Zuma performs Open Roads, Open Heart. The song, which combines country soul with pop energy, perfectly captures his journey as a young man who was raised in the shadow of giants and is now shining his own light into the break.